And the flow of fruition is something that is definitely firmly grounded in my faith. It comes from a part called 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 3 to 8, and it talks about how we must start out in a position of faith and increasingly grow and layer upon layer upon layer that faith into a place where finally loving and living in an expressive and a generous and an outworking of love towards others, having first had that conviction in our heart that we are loved ourselves. This is what a life begins to look like. It is characterized by the flow of fruition. And I've chosen to call my online platform the Flow of Fruition. The Flow of Fruition School, in fact, is what you will find if you go into jillbentham.com/services and press in there the button that says Learning Module. And in there you will be able to sample a first mini course, which is a taster. What I'll be doing is using the platform, the Flow of Fruition, as a general place and a portal for all the different ways of exploring my content. And at first there will be courses there uploaded that are based entirely on my first book called Disentangling Genius. If you haven't read that, it's a really fun, quirky examination of the frustrations of life. I've characterised them into 7 different knots, which are all some things that you will experience, such as feeling helpless, not being able to position yourself correctly in life, perhaps because you're in the wrong job, or you've made a decision even with a relationship that's definitely not suitable. So there are 7 knots of frustration, and what I do is I first of all help you to untangle those, and then look at the 7 threads that you have and work out what would be a way of putting those together in a way that would be characteristic for you. It could be, if you use my crafting metaphor, it could be knitting, it could be sewing, embroidering, but whether or not you identify with the wool analogy, what do you think the 7 knots of frustration might be in your life that have stopped you from aligning and therefore expressing your creative genius? I've been interested to find out lately that one of the classic authors, Napoleon Hill, who wrote Think and Grow Rich, repeatedly refers to this idea of being a genius only when we actually direct our energies in a way that's in keeping with who we are and all the potential that's placed within us. So whether you think of that as a flow of fruition or as a disentanglement of genius, there'll be something in there for you. If you like concepts, if you like metaphor, if you like imagination, and you want to explore some of the ways of thinking about life, the existential things, the big questions, then I think you'll enjoy my content. Have a look in there through jillbentham.com, and I would be really happy for you to trial the mini course. Soon, by the end of this month, I will be having a full module ready to roll, so look out for that, and I'll see you in the Flow of Fruition.